All right, what's up, everyone? I'm here with Don, a student from the group who is doing incredible numbers and has been doing consistent numbers, more importantly, since even like March, February. Been hopping on calls, on the group calls, asking questions, continuously scaling. So, Don, how many, dollars in sales do you think you did since you just started in general, since you just joined the program?
Since I started,
Mhm.
um, I've slowed down recently because of disabled like ad accounts, but probably just shy of like 100K maybe.
And that's across one store, or do you think that's across like three different products?
That's across one store, and I finally just started a new store. It's been up for like 2 weeks, and I'm already about to hit like 5K on that.
Oh, that's great. So, what when did you actually start seeing your first, sales in general? When did you?
Even on my first store I started, I saw a couple sales. I
Mhm,
ran that for like 2 weeks, but I got really lucky. Within my first like 30 seconds of running the ad, I got a sale. But that product was a dud.
mhm. And then, what was the difference between like a product that just does a sale but isn't profitable, and a product which you ran actually profitable, where you saw consistent profit every single day? What do you think you did differently, or do you think it's entirely dependent on the product?
Um, it can be product dependent, but it also can be like how you resonate with the product and how well you understand the market you're marketing towards. And sometimes you just can't like be the perfect marketer for any product. Sometimes if you really have to,
Mhm.
you kind of connect with that product and who your audience is. And also like the experience comes into play, like making a better website, better ad copy, all that.
100%. And I like the fact that as you were scaling the store, like slowly, going from like, $10,000 in sales to $100,000 in sales, you were hopping on the group calls, always asking me questions, specifically tactical questions. Should I launch this campaign? When should I launch retargeting? When should I, what kind of lookalike should I test? And that just, consistent, I guess, wanting of knowledge, wanting of like specific tactics, specific game plan. I think that was like a huge difference compared to like other students that I've seen. Maybe they had a store take off, but they didn't stay consistent with it. They didn't make as much profit as possible from it. And most importantly, the fact that you have this one store that did almost $100,000 in sales, that's going to be like your main experience factor when you
Definitely.
launch a second store. And it's going to, it's going to be a lot easier for you, and you're going to see like you're going to make, I guess, less mistakes. Like, even though you were asking us questions on the group calls and stuff, you're always, contacting us, asking like, hey, should I do this or this? There's definitely still mistakes that were made. And
Definitely.
it's like, obviously everyone knows like with experience there's more success. So how many products did you test altogether before this winter basically took off, or this entire store took off? I know it was like multiple products in the collection, which did pretty good for you.
Um, I just tested one product and it failed. And I'll say like I didn't give up on it when I should have. I spent like just a little bit more than I should have. But then
Mhm.
my second store took off. I took a little bit of a different direction.
Mhm.
It's it's more of a collection store towards a niche. So like I have a bunch of products, and I really believed in that idea, and that worked. So I kind of didn't like follow what you said to do there. Like I kind of had emotions attached to the second product as well. But
Mhm.
when my ad account for that got taken down, this new store I'm doing, just traditional drop shipping, just one product store. Um, Same exact strategies you taught, and it's worked. It's taking off. I'm scaling right now.
Oh, that's great. And with the disabled ad accounts, you're able to like go around that, right? It's like you were able to get more ad accounts despite getting taken down. Because I personally got one of my main business managers taken down like last week, and I'm already up and running on a second business manager.
I was a little scared with that one. I got a new business manager account, but I was scared to like restart the page on it
Mhm.
because I didn't want to rebrand because a bunch of my audience comes from a brand. I have like thousands of followers on Instagram, so it would have hurt. I actually went to Snapchat ads. You said Snapchat ads like were useless, and like they kind of were. I was kind of finicking with it, and
Mhm.
some days I would see like 7 ROAS, and some days would just be dry. So
No, they're definitely not. They're impossible almost to test products on, in my opinion. Like,
yeah,
if you have a brand which is already doing good numbers, 100% you got to experiment on Snapchat. But obviously, like, dedicate a specific portion of money that you're okay with losing. that you're okay with like saying, okay, I'm gonna put 2,000-3,000 into Snapchat. This is my first time doing Snapchat. There's no like specific course on it. If it's gone, it's okay. If not, like I might have found a new traffic source. And there's also Google ads as well, YouTube ads, which I'm planning on teaching the students really soon, because some of my brands I was able to scale during quarantine, like primarily on Google ads. But the thing is with Google ads also, I have no clue. Like I tried many times, I can't test products on there, but just brands that were doing well on Facebook, I just transitioned them on Google. And Google tracking is also not the best. You can't really tell. So I used Hyros on that.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you ever got to sign up for Hyros or not.
Yeah, I have it.
Is it good? Is it?
My main store got taken down like a week into like onboarding, so I'm finally like gonna set up my new store and my new page for my original business like today. So I'll finally be able to see if it like helps or not. But even on this new store, I noticed like yesterday, I had like $100 ad spend or like $80 ad spend, like 500 sales.
Mhm.
Facebook only caught 180. That's
Wow.
awful.
So if anyone who doesn't know what Hyros is, basically like a ad tracking software where it tells you exactly, like almost 100% like accurately, which campaigns got you the sales, right? And then sometimes even with email marketing, even with abandoned cart recovery, text marketing, it also captures those sales. So then you know eventually which campaigns, which audiences, which ad sets got you the sales. And if it was, I was talking to them, I was like, oh, if only you guys can actually show you which ad itself, which video ad got the sale. That would be extremely helpful, because there's a big difference between which ads have like a low click-through, I mean, a high click-through rate, and which ads actually get the sales, get the conversions.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're adding that. They're probably looking into adding
They're
that.
working on it. They're working on even email marketing as well. So like,
Yeah.
for example, you build up a huge list, or like you have a small list, you send like a, like a Black Friday offer or something.
Mm-hmm.
You track exactly how much your emails are making sales. And then it also obviously still goes back to the campaigns. So that's for the future for most people that are probably going to watch this. But yeah, like Hyros, huge difference. It's going to be like the difference between like 100K and like 500K, like a million, right? That's what I've seen. That's what I think.
So you've seen it works well for your dropshipping stores?
It works incredibly well, right?
All right, good.
And so yeah, I mean, just for most people probably won't be able to sign up because, they're pretty picky with the amount of clients to take on. You need to have ad spend in general.
They're very exclusive.
You don't need that. You didn't use that software to do the $100,000 in sale. No. Exactly. Like you were still able to tell which, you had a decent amount of data, which audiences. You still had positive ROAS campaigns, even though they missed some. Like some of your campaigns you could have shut down because, Facebook said they're not profitable. They could have been very profitable.
Yeah.
So that's just for the future. So is there anything else you did on your store, like brand wise, that you think helped you get up, consistently in sales?
Anything that I did?
Maybe like you focused on email marketing. Maybe you focused continuously on improving the store. Maybe you did like brand wise, consistently posted on Instagram.
I didn't really do much email marketing until my ad account got shut down. That's when I was like, okay, can't really run ads. Let me focus on something else. Let me try some email marketing. I definitely think a good welcome flow like really helps, just building a brand. Consistently, I've been trying to grow my Instagram. I would post like every day, but now I don't do that. That just gets a bit much. Initially, you should do like every day. Keep your audience engaged. I've got a couple thousand followers on there. Make sure you're putting out like high quality content and engaging with your customers. And also like optimizing your website. Just look at your website and think, okay, what about my website looks bad? What can I improve? Maybe mess with the fonts, mess with different apps, social proof apps, all of that. Just try and make the customer experience like as mint as possible.
Mm-hmm. And did you focus also on like the actual checkout experience, where you wanted to make sure that it's as little steps as possible? Sorry, someone's calling this guy. Like for example, if you just reply to them. Shit. So basically, if you go on like Amazon, right, and you try to check out, oh, that's crazy.
Private client?
Call. right now. All right, sorry about that. It's actually another student that I'm gonna interview after this. I told him 3 o'clock. But basically, if you go on Amazon and you try to check out and you have an account, it's gonna be literally 2 steps.
Yeah.
You go to your checkout and then you click done. You don't even have to like put in the information again. You don't have to put in the card information again. And Shopify stores is the same thing. You started using Checkout X, correct? Or maybe Zipify, I forgot.
Yeah, I used Checkout X. Before that, I was looking for alternatives, and Shopify basically was like clamping down on that. They only wanted to give that functionality to like the enterprise plans, where you could do like JavaScripts in your checkout. But then I hopped in a call one day. I hadn't hopped in a call for like that past week, and then you just mentioned Checkout X, and I started using it.
Yeah, Checkout X. It's the best, except the fact that they tell you you have to use Stripe, which is pretty annoying.
You have to use Stripe?
Yeah, with Checkout X.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Unless, there's ways to go around it. Like obviously you could like get developers to somehow use Checkout X, have it a one-page checkout. But yeah, I use Stripe with it. Maybe it's like my location. Maybe that's the only option I get. But my checkout experiences are extremely short and extremely efficient. So no one like ever changes their mind and stuff like that.
I will say, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to ask with the Instagram audiences, since you did end up getting a couple thousand followers, which is not hard, right? You just run ads connected with the Instagram and you just magically see followers.
That's it. And you post.
And then because you had consistently engaged followers, did you ever, focus a lot on your Instagram custom audiences, like Instagram engagement, Instagram profile visits? Did you ever create lookalikes off them? Did you ever retarget?
I did like IG ad engagement, and I created lookalikes off of that. And I don't remember exactly how it worked compared to Facebook, but I do know that, yeah, they did work. I got sales. It was positive ROAS.
Yeah, because that's like a big part of, once you've already found a winning product, those audiences are going to Instagram ad engagement. That's like anyone can have that because, for sure you're running advertisements on Instagram, but then you could also test Instagram, visit profile or Instagram engagement in general. Instagram engagement is like the big one. And then there's subsections like Instagram ad, Instagram visit profile. And then, that's what a lot of these brands rely on, like the big ones with the huge amounts of followers. And then just retargeting in general.
Yeah.
Like if you start building more and more followers, you put out consistent content, you entertain them, retargeting audiences on that would be, pretty profitable as well. So, okay. I mean, is there any other tips you can give to students? Like, is there any big factors that differentiated you having like one sale unprofitable versus doing consistently like $2,000 a day in sales?
Big factors. I'm not sure there's like a big factor like the secret sauce that I could identify. But I will say that Instagram is pretty helpful. Even now with High Rose, I can see that I just get sales driven through my like Instagram profile. So just running ads and getting followers through that, those followers will probably send your posts to other people. And even just regular posting with hashtags, you can generate like true organic followers who would never have seen your ads anyway. And if you put a link to your website, some of them will buy. Take advantage of like the Instagram shopping. I've seen sales come through High Rose that just from the Instagram shopping, they look on the picture, they click the tags, and they just check out right there. Wow. So that's definitely a different way to drive in sales.
That's like you just implemented that, right? Because Facebook just introduced that basically like the...
No, I think that's been there. The shopping itself has been there.
Yeah, exactly. And what about finding that did you model a brand when you found that product, or did you...
It was kind of like a passion for myself. And then I was like, okay, are people doing this? Like, is it viable? And I did see brands doing it. And I was like, okay, if they're doing it, why the hell can't I? I started doing it.
That's really interesting because I just came across a guy always doing consistent numbers as well. And I'm like, what's your product research strategy? He's like, I think of the products on my own. Like I'll go through AliExpress and I'll try to find products on my own. I'll try to create the brands from scratch. And I don't want to copy brands because if I copy a brand, maybe, there's not as much scale in it. And then obviously with that strategy, it's like more of a hit and miss. I think the odds of finding a product are a lot smaller. And I personally always stick to finding products that are just on the, on the uptrend, products that are just introduced to the market and they're huge, you know, so there's some innovation. That's the best factor for me. But obviously, like someone like yourself, you just brainstorm, right? You think of a product, you build a brand around it, you stay consistent, you make sure your Facebook advertising strategies are correct. And if you're not sure what to do, you hop on a group call or you Skype me and you say, okay, what should I do? Like what specific, you know, what should be the game plan? I'm at this ROAS, some of these campaigns are positive ROAS, some of these are bad ROAS. How do I stay consistent? Like at the end of the day, all we care about is just, you know, consistent profit over a
Yeah.
long period of time. And you were able to do that successfully. So that's, you know, huge respect. I hope you continue killing it this summer. I hope you get ready for Q4.
Q4, first Q4.
I hope that takes off for you. And it doesn't matter. Like a big misconception is people want to like create brands just for, you know, Q4. Just the fact that you have a profitable product, profitable store running during that time, and you just introduce like, you know, Black Friday sales, that's going to be enough for you to like hit your highest revenue, you know, days 100%. And then maybe even get into Instagram influencers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which would be, you know, again, hitting your highest revenue days. So thanks for hopping on. We're going to talk on Skype. I'll see you on the group calls. Maybe today I'll see you on the group call.
All right.
And yeah. All right. Have a great day. Thank you.
You too. All right. You're welcome.
Bye-bye.